Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are live, and Eric is back. About time. About time. The pilot quit drinking long enough to get on the plane to fly him home. I mean, it was a long. How long were you stuck? Like, you were in Australia for like an extra couple of days, right? Because they don't know how to take care of airports.
It was an hour and a half delay.
Oh,
our connection to North Carolina. We had our original flight was to North Carolina, but we missed the connection, so we had to wait until 4:30 LA time to get to Philadelphia. So it was LA to Philadelphia straight instead of LA to North Carolina, Carolina to Philly.
yeah. Well, I mean,
so I would have been home at 8 o'clock.
There's a lot of bad things in North Carolina.
Huh?
Yeah. There's a lot of bad things in North Carolina. The owner of the Carolina Panthers, Ric Flair. So there's a lot of bad things in North Carolina. You want to stay out of there. All right. This is Animated Hour of Power. This is episode 13. This is the Animated Anarchy series. I am, of course, your host, Dutchy. Joined finally after a month of him sunbathing nude in Australia. MoneyE is here.
What's up?
And he's frozen.
How are you guys?
Also, Shawn is with us as usual.
Frozen?
Hello.
Well, yeah, Eric, you keep freezing in and out. And, of course, our wild card, Dave.
I'm here.
Yeah. So, all right. Tonight's matches are Johnny Test versus Gravity Falls, Star Trek The Animated Series versus Tarzan and Lord of the Jungle, Count Duckula versus SWAT Cats Radical Squadron, and the main event is Bastard, sorry for my language, for all the kids, Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy versus Dragon Ball Z Kai. That is what we have on tap tonight. If you've never seen the show before, which Eric hasn't seen it in a month, then we have 5 categories that are going to be picked via the randomizer. Then we, once we get those categories in, the 3 of them will judge. I do not have to judge anymore. And then 3-0 win. You get the show gets 30 points. 3-1 is 20 points. 3-2 is 10 points. 5 for the loser. And if you are swept, you lose 10. So we'll go ahead. We'll get the randomizer ready.
Let's get it.
All right. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are we hoping for? Don't say what we're not hoping for because we'll end up getting it.
Give me overall enjoyment today.
All right.
Theme song,
Yes,
overall enjoyment, originality, cultural impact, and humor.
No,
All right.
I want animation
I
style.
would love
I
that
want
type
theme
of
song.
lineup.
All right. Well, we got some needy people here. All right. Here we go.
I'm only needy because the thing deprives me.
Yeah. Well, Dave, I think you just got most of what you wanted.
Other than voice acting, perfecto. Love it.
So we get theme. We get
Yes.
voice acting.
Yes.
We get overall enjoyment, which is
Yes.
what Dave specifically asked for. Animation style and
Okay.
cultural impact.
I got both of
Yes.
what I asked for. That's
I like it.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
So, and we don't get either one of the M words.
Thank God.
Yeah, but it's been a while since we had a battle without them.
Yep.
Yeah. Luckily, we've been able to kind of, not have to use them. But or for like some of them. But
Although merchandise would have been interesting for these four. Especially the last one.
for one of the battles, maybe, but not for. Screw that up.
I would probably say the last one. Or no, maybe the second to last.
Cultural impact, and then let's see, we got 42nd. Animation. And all right, so we'll go ahead and we will get started. First up is Johnny Test versus Gravity Falls. So Johnny Test is in the division, I believe, of a young man who I used to work with, but no longer. He no longer works for the company that I happen to work for. So my buddy Shane, and Gravity Falls in the division, Dave, of your Uncle Joe.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and we are going to start off with the very first category, which is theme song. Very appropriate because it's the first thing you hear when the show starts. And both shows, who had the better theme song? Eric, you were off for a month, so you have to start.
Got you. I think both theme songs were pretty decent, but I lean towards Johnny Test. I think it was a little more got you into the show more.
All right. Shawn.
I also have Johnny Test taking this one. It's very catchy. I like a theme song that actually has lyrics, unlike Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls was okay, but I don't know. Johnny Test I caught on with how catchy it was, or, just how different it was too from each other. So.
Right. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I went with Johnny Test as well. I think it's a little more catchy.
All right. One of the big questions that will be answered during the show is whether or not I can go through a whole show without a pen running out of ink. All right. So we go to the next category, which is
your
voice
brother ran out of ink last night.
Oh, yeah. These pens they're nice pens and they write good, but they do not last.
You got to get a Bic Velocity, one of these. Okay.
Do they come in different colors or just black?
I do not know.
Right. I like different color.
I mean, it's either me or I just have like really good handwriting. Either one, but I like this pen.
I'll look into it.
Shout out to Bic. Yeah. Not a sponsor.
All right, Johnny Test up 1-0. We go to voice acting. And both shows are not necessarily newer, but they're like, 2000s ish. Voice acting. So like the quality of voice actors kind of, goes up. But who had the better voice acting, Dave?
I give this to Gravity Falls. I think they have a better cast. I think they have a more ranged cast. They have, I believe, Mark Hamill, Weird Yankovic in there, and some other voice actors that are pretty good. So I gave it to Gravity Falls.
All right. Eric.
I'm gonna give it to Gravity Falls too.
Okay.
As Dave said, they have, looking at this, they have better, more recognizable cast.
All right. Shawn, guess what? You don't have to break a tie, but you still have to give an answer.
I have Gravity Falls winning this one. A lot more known and heavy-hitting actors. I mean, they got Neil deGrasse Tyson. Nathan Fillion. Just a lot more well-known names.
Yeah.
And I think what's her name? Hold on 1 second. Christian Shale. I don't know how to say her last name. She plays Mabel, but she's also in like Bob's Burgers and just a buttload of other ones. I'm pretty sure she's in Solar Opposites too.
Yeah. Well, she's Louise in Bob's Burgers, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just have a lot better actors. So.
All right, we're tied 1-1.
Yeah.
We go to overall enjoyment. Which show did you enjoy more? And Shawn, you get to start.
Johnny Test. I just like, I like that style of show over Gravity Falls. To me, Gravity Falls didn't make a lot of sense. I liked everything about Johnny Test was funny, from the animation to the theme songs.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
I'm going Gravity Falls. I enjoyed that a little more. I mean, neither show caught my was fantastic, but I just thought Gravity Falls had a better story.
Okay.
In my opinion.
All right. And Dave, that means you'd steal Shawn's gimmick again, and you break the tie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Johnny Test here. It's more enjoyable to me. I like Johnny and his two sisters, and the things he gets into, and his little best friend dog. To me, I enjoyed it a little more. It made me laugh a little bit more. So I picked Johnny Test.
There's a scene that I saw Johnny. He went and bought Smash Badgers 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
So hyped up to play it. Gets home, starts it up, plays it for 3 seconds, turns it off. He's like, "This game sucks. I hate it." I was like, "Yes, I've been there." So much hype, hate it.
I think we all have.
3 seconds.
Yeah. All right. Johnny Test is up 2-1. They can win it with the next category, which is animation style. You have Disney animation versus Cartoon Network animation. Who did it better? Again, this is 2000s, maybe early, 2010s, because I think Gravity Falls was in the 2010s range. But whose animation was better? And Dave, we're going to start with you.
I went with Gravity Falls here. I thought they had a little more fluid animation. And I think Johnny Test's animation is a little more simpler. So I give it to Gravity Falls here.
Okay. All right. Eric.
I'm going Johnny Test. I thought Johnny Test was a little more cleaner to me.
All right. Shawn.
45. 13:45.
Yeah.
This was a hard one for me because I like both animations. Sorry, I'm flipping back and forth from the pictures. I'm gonna pick Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
I do like the animation is a lot cleaner, more defined, a little more 3D-ish.
The backgrounds are done better too.
Some of the background, I'm glad you brought that up. Some of the backgrounds kind of look like they're just a stage prop background. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of motion in the background, but there's enough of it where you kind of just don't notice it. You're more just subdued to the characters. And Johnny Test, I mean, it's good. I like the drawing type of animation it was, but I don't think it compares to Gravity Falls here.
Right. All right. And by the way, for anybody watching this right now, you saw how excited Shawn was to break the tie with how he just snapped his head back.
Won't be the only time.
Yeah. I had a feeling that Eric was going to go with Johnny Test. I don't know, just gut feeling. So and also too, just in case, because I do this on purpose. I have you go last on purpose sometimes.
I know.
So, all right. So we got that out of the way, or at least the first time. And now We are at Cultural Impact. So both shows are going to get points. It's very, that's very important to make because the scores are really going to help determine things in the long run. So both are going to get points. We go to Cultural Impact. This one is funny because of their later shows, I don't know necessarily about about either one's cultural impact. I do know that back in the day when Johnny Test aired, I know of people that said they wanted to call their cable company and cancel and get Cartoon Network taken off their TVs because they did not like Johnny Test. I really didn't even know what Gravity Falls was until I actually watched the first episode. So, Eric, because you are not paying attention and you are looking at your phone, you are going first.
No, I was making sure what I was going to pick.
Oh.
Yeah. I have it on my phone. Sorry. This was hard. I was trying to do some research on this. And I think I'm going to go with Johnny Test.
All right.
I think it had a little more cultural impact.
All right. So Eric did not agree with the people that I talked to that said they wanted Johnny Test taken off their television sets. Dave, I'm going to go to you next.
Yeah, I'm going the other way. I'm going Gravity Falls here. Mostly because Johnny Test was criticized for, its animation and quality and repetitive content. So, I'm going with the one that doesn't really have negative reviews around it.
Okay. Shawn.
Actually, no, this one was easy. I went with Johnny Test.
All right.
I mean, it definitely ran longer for longevity, so obviously it was doing good in the ratings to keep, what was it? Almost 9 years long, roughly.
I mean, that's pretty good.
9 years to 4 years. If people were really that upset with the show and trying to get it canceled and it didn't work, what does that say about those who enjoyed the show?
Yeah.
So there's obviously more of them than there was of the haters. And like Dave said, they got slightly better reviews. And Gravity Falls is I think it only hits towards one of those almost Robot Chicken type era shows. They're trying to bring something it's funny, but it's weird and different, and it can kind of be cringy. And I wasn't about that.
All right. Johnny Test is
Johnny Test impacts more people.
Yeah.
Where Gravity Falls has a certain group.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think Gravity Falls had more positive impact.
Well, yeah, nobody called their cable company to try to get the channel removed. Now, unfortunately, with the dispute right now going on with Disney and YouTube TV, people can't get people can't get Disney now if you have YouTube TV, because Disney has become a bunch of, actually, I'm not even going to say the word because this is a family show, but they are selfish.
And, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Because I will go. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And plus, you posted about it on Facebook earlier. But anyway, Johnny Test is going to get 10 points out of this. Gravity Falls is going to get 5. I've had Shawn break 2 ties in a row, so we're going to try to cool it for a little bit. On Shawn breaking the ties, we have to move on with the show. And we are going to go to Star Trek, the animated series versus Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. Star Trek, the animated series, in the division of Shawn's lovely wife, Danielle. And Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, in the division of the lovely, depending on what time of the month it is, my sister, Mindy. So, all right. We are going on theme song first. Very basic theme songs. It seems like Star Trek. Basically, it's the theme song of the original series. But who had the better theme song? Shawn, we're going to start with you.
I have Star Trek winning this one because it's an actual, in a sense, theme song. To me, Tarzan was more of like a descriptive intro.
Yeah.
Of a backstory that I don't know if it was. What year did this one come out in?
78.
In 78.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more descriptive, and I don't like those type of introduction themes. It doesn't really get you going. Star Trek, though, keeping it from like everything original, just made it, better, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so now we will move on to Dave.
Yeah, I have Star Trek winning this theme song as well. I just thought it was a little bit better. I wasn't a big fan of the Tarzan's intro.
Yeah. Not like the Tarzan show we did last week.
No.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
I'm going Star Trek. As these guys said, there wasn't really any intro with Tarzan.
Right. All right. We move on to voice acting. Star Trek is up 1-0. And who had the better voice acting? Eric, we're going to start with you.
Let's see. What do I have?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I have Star Trek.
Okay.
Yep. Star Trek.
All right. And Shawn.
I didn't like either one of these, but I'm giving it to Tarzan because I think Star Trek was just lame and boring and dull. And I mean, the surrounding characters around like the main cast talked better than the main cast talked.
Yeah.
Tarzan, it was pretty much the same thing, but Star Trek was just, again, it was just so dull to me.
Okay. All right. There are probably thousands of Star Trek nerds right now, basically ingraining your picture in their brain, so they know who they have to.
That's fine because I rock the dark side. That's Darth Maul. I know it's hard to say.
I was just gonna say, he's showing us, Shawn. It's a family show. You should not be showing body parts.
It's okay. I put Star Trek fans in their place. They got photon lasers. We got lightsabers.
All right, Dave, you're breaking the tie.
Yeah, he's not the only picture they're gonna remember. They're probably gonna remember mine too. I'm going Tarzan here as well. Like you said, the Star Trek, like the dialogue was kind of monotone at times and kind of boring. You really gotta be good with the voice acting if you want people to stay attentive to your show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad when supporting casts talk faster and more clear than the main cast.
And it's also sad, like when you have when the cast that does this show basically did the original Star Trek series.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes it even more upsetting.
Most of them, besides like one or two, right?
I believe so. So, all right. So now we are going to go to overall enjoyment. Which show did you enjoy more? And Shawn, we're going to start with you.
So even though I just crapped on him for voice acting, I'm picking Star Trek. It was just a little more entertaining than Tarzan was. Like this Tarzan didn't feel the same from what I was used to, obviously.
Yeah.
And to me, that just kind of threw the lure of any excitement to it. I mean, on top of their, poor character development and their story was a little off. I mean, Star Trek kept it original to the series that they're known for, at least. So,
Well,
I like watching Star Trek a little bit more.
Well, to your point, you said the Tarzan's show was off, but wouldn't it be considered that the shows that you watched growing up would be off to the one that was originally made?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
guess so.
Dave. So you're gonna go next.
I went Tarzan here. I like the King of the Jungle type feel. Star Trek. If I'm gonna watch something to do with planets and stuff, I'm gonna watch Star Wars. I'm sorry. Um, Star Trek. The dialogue is just. It's really boring to me. It doesn't really captivate me. The story doesn't really get my attention. I rather watch Tarzan fight some crocodiles or some gorillas or something like that.
All right, folks out, Star Trek fans out there, if you want to really get back at instead of coming after him with pitchforks and torches, because I need him for the show. If you really want to get back at him, just send him hate mail about Bleach and Naruto Shippuden. That'll get him going more than anything. All right.
Star Trek fans can say all they want, but they needed science and technology, and Star Wars just needed the Force, which I guess is science, but it's not based off the technology.
Yeah.
So like we're smarter.
I mean, I'm not going to argue because, to be honest with you, I'm not a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan.
If we get so much hate, we'll have to do a live show where it's just like, what is better, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'm going to have to make that a battle. I'm going to have to make Star Trek
an
the animated
8-hour
series
show.
versus, Star Trek the animated series versus Star Wars droids. I'm going to have to make it happen. All right, Eric, you're breaking the tie.
I'd like to see that.
I didn't like either show. I thought both were kind of boring, but slightly, I'm going to say Star Trek. I just like this storyline a little bit better, even though I didn't like the shows.
All right.
Just being honest.
Very well. I mean, it's fine with. Like I said, I really don't have a dog in this fight, so. I mean, well, technically, I mean, she's not necessarily a dog, although she does bite. But my sister's in this, and of course, Shawn has to, well, his wife is too busy screaming at her kids right now, so she's not going to be able to tell if she's winning or losing. So, all right, 2-1 Star Trek. They can win it with animation style. Both shows were in the 70s, but who had the better animation? Eric, we'll start with you.
I didn't like either animation. I thought they were both kind of
God, you're picky.
iffy. But
Picky.
I guess the jungle is slightly better.
All right,
Slightly
so you're going Tarzan. All right. Shawn.
I'm also going Tarzan here.
Yep.
Tarzan was a little more detailed.
All right. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with these two. I just thought their animations were a little bit better. Not by a lot, not by a ton or anything like that, just with a couple things here and there.
Yeah, that's a hard one to pick between because they're almost identical in a sense.
I had it up in a toss-up because Star Trek does have like space and like aliens and stuff that they have to animate, but
I think Tarzan wins it just because of the detail they put on the animals and like the trees and stuff, like very particular details.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so now both shows are going to get points again. We are going to the 5th category for the second time. One show is going to get 10 points, one show is going to get 5. Cultural impact. Who had the bigger impact? I mean, both. I mean, the Tarzan character has been done a few times. Star Trek, we know their legacy. Shawn, you're going to go first.
Star Trek. I think it's an undeniable reasoning that Star Trek is huge. Tarzan's big too, but I mean they're not on the level of Star Trek. Start like from lines, games, movies, books, just they're all over the place. Tarzan's kind of like, one of those back burner Disney things that you grew up as a kid, but there's not much going on with it now. Star Trek seems to have a new show every other year.
And by the way, this is not the Disney version of Tarzan.
I know.
This is I'm just clarifying it for everybody else.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I mean by that is just like, because I grew up on the Tarzan from Disney.
Right, yeah.
So
no, we all did.
To me, like, these are just like, just obviously this is what it originally came from.
Yeah.
But it's not on any type of level of Star Trek.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
Star Trek 2. Shawn said, yeah, because it's just more well known. This is not the original Tarzan either, so.
Needless to say, there is a Star Trek store where this guy in Ticonderoga, where Danielle's from, he has a whole like storefront, and you walk in and he has like the whole setup screen from one of their shows, and it's the cockpit or whatever they're in.
Yeah.
And you can he has a whole museum. It's like a history museum. And he's one of the guy. He drives around in a Cadillac, top down, with the Elvis hair and all fancy dancy. Never saw a Tarzan store. That would be a little creepy, but
yeah.
Still.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Star Trek here. Its impact is undoubtedly more severe and larger than Tarzan's.
All right, so Star Trek is going to win it 3-2. They're going to get 10 points, but Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, will get 5 itself. All right, the next battle is Count Duckula versus SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. And Count Duckula in the division of Bobby Lovewell, SWAT Cats, Radical Squadron in the division of Liz Yee. So we are going to start with theme song. And Count Duckula had words. The SWAT Cats did not. Dave, I'm starting with you.
I picked SWAT Cats. I didn't like Count Duckula intro at all.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the song either. Eric. Eric, go.
He looks frozen.
Yeah.
Eric,
Me?
Yeah, Eric, I'm trying to get you to go here.
I'm going with Count.
Are you going Count
Dracula.
Duckula?
All
right.
I had that no more.
All right. Shawn, you tried to get out of breaking a tie, but you're done.
I have SWAT Cats taking this one. I didn't like Count at all. Again, it looked like, to me, it was more descriptive than a theme song.
Yeah.
And I mean, SWAT Cats is just, the song's good. I know there's no lyrics to it, but I mean, at least they make up with it with like the action sequences and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
all right. So we go now to voice acting. Now, what's funny about Count Duckula is they only had like 8 voice actors, but they voiced multiple roles. And it's actually the same thing in SWAT Cats too. So, but whose voice acting was better? And Shawn, you don't have to end it this time. You get to start.
I also gave this to SWAT Cats on the sole reason this is going to make Star Trek fans mad because, Mark Hamill's in it.
Yeah.
So, and I love Mark Hamill.
Oh, he does everything perfectly. So, all right. Eric? Frozen face, go ahead.
Yeah.
Eric,
you
it's
are.
your turn.
I'm going with SWAT too.
All right.
Just looking at their characters. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm going SWAT Cats.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and guess that Eric cannot hear me. Either that or he is
I
just
can hear you.
ignoring me. Huh? You can
No,
hear
I can
me?
hear you.
All right, then. Well, because you've been ignoring me the
Yeah.
last 2 times I've called on you. Your audio worked perfect for the wrestling show.
It's been lagging. I was going to restart it, but I don't want to.
All right. Well,
Huh?
we're on battle number 3. So, all right, you went with SWAT Cats. Dave, you're up.
I'm going to go
Yeah,
on
I'm
my
going
phone
with-
and restart my computer.
All right.
I'm going with SWAT Cats as well.
All right. So SWAT Cats is going to be up 2-0 here. And we go to overall enjoyment is the next category. What show did you enjoy more? And Dave, you're going to start.
I'm gonna go with SWAT Cats here. I'm gonna go with SWAT Cats. I did not like Count Duckula too much.
All right. And by the way, I should point out Count Duckula is actually a spin-off of the show Danger Mouse, which was a very, very big hit in the UK, which is where Count Duckula was originated. It is a British cartoon. Not that it should make any difference, but Eric, you're going to go next.
I enjoy Count Dracula more. Dracula.
Don't worry, I know
King
who you
Dracula.
mean. He's
My
Count
apologies.
Dracula's distant cousin. So, all right, Eric goes with Count Duckula. Shawn?
SWAT Cats.
All right.
I love the the reasons why I liked it. I like the animation since we just swept and we're not going to hit that category. The animation's really good, a lot better than Count Duckula. The action in it is really good. So I liked watching SWAT Cats. It was more my type of show. Count Duckula kind of reminded me of like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
In a sense. And I wasn't really a big fan of that either. So the similarities it gave me from that kind of just pushed me a little away from enjoying that show as it is.
Right. So a little fun fact about SWAT Cats, it was canceled after 2 seasons because the government was starting to crack down on cartoons and or they were saying that like they wanted cartoons to be a little more educational and not so violent. So this cartoon was created by Hanna-Barbera and it was put on the Turner Network. So this Ted Turner helped create this cartoon because he owned Hanna-Barbera at the time, or he owned the library, and they were putting it on the Turner Networks. So SWAT Cats only lasted 2 seasons, and people were upset because they really liked the show. But Ted Turner was facing a lot of criticism from the government and from his wife, Jane Fonda.
His own wife?
His own wife. She wanted the show pulled off the air. He didn't. I mean, I think they got divorced like not that long after. So she took she took half his money eventually anyway. But she was just like, this show is too. So in essence, she pulled the plug. So anybody that was a huge fan of the show growing up that did not like the fact that the plug was pulled, go to her. And point out that she herself has had raunchy roles in the past and she has no room to talk.
Yep.
Gum bumping witch.
Good point.
But
Good point,
anyway, thank you. But also we gotta be, a little kind to her because she is 150 years old. But anyway, all right. So SWAT Cats Radical Squadron gets 30 points. Count Duckula is going to lose 10. We are now on to the main event of the evening. Bastard, excuse my language for the kids watching. Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy versus Dragon Ball Z Kai. The B word is in the division of Kenneth Williams III, and Dragon Ball Z Kai is in the division of Kenny West. Theme song is the first category. Dave, you're going to start us off.
Yeah, this one was tough for me. This one was really tough for me. Theme song. I actually gave this to Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy. But that's no discredit to Dragon Ball Z Kai's intro. I think their intro was amazing, and they did a fantastic job. I just think these guys did it a little bit better.
All right.
Yep.
Shawn, how about you go next?
Sorry, had it muted. Dragon Ball Z Kai.
All right.
Love the theme song.
It's catchy.
Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy. I don't know if I watched the wrong one, so correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it literally just open up and a guy's talking?
No,
No?
not
Did I
on,
watch the completely wrong one?
no. If you watch on Crunchyroll,
Well, that good thing I re-upped it on YouTube this morning.
All right.
I had a feeling I was watching the wrong one. But no, regardless, even if I watched the right one, I'm picking Dragon Ball Z because I love Dragon Ball Z.
All right. And Eric, you're going to break the tie.
I like both intros, but I like Bastard Heavy Metal slightly more. I just thought it had more of a rhythm to the theme.
Of course, you like the B word because quite a few of your friends are no good B words. I know I happen to be one of them. Anyway,
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. I mean, you do have quite a few friends that are no good. Anyway. All right. Voice acting is the next category. And Eric, we're going to start with you.
I went with Dragon Ball Z. I thought their voice acting was more cleaner, and I think they have better actors.
All right. So, Dave, let's go to you next.
yeah, I'm picking Dragon Ball Z Kai here. I think their voice acting is amazing. Some of these roles that they played are iconic. Some of the scenes where they're like yelling at top peak and holding that yell for quite a consistent amount of time is pretty incredible. And some of the quotes that some of these characters use, like Vegeta, his voice and his character is pretty crazy. I like him. So I'm going with DBZ here.
All right. Shawn, you don't have to break a tie.
Dragon Ball, hands down. I think their voice acting, like Dave said, their ability to hold their screams, some of just the dialogue between each other and the chemistry between each other was hard to match.
All right. So we are tied 1-1. We go to overall enjoyment, and we have Shawn start.
Oof. I don't know why I'm pausing. Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's just a lot more going on to my enjoyment. You know, I love the fight scenes. I love, like what I just said, I love the dialogue, the quirkiness of it to quickly transitioning into such serious moments. So,
Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'm going with Dragon Ball Z. I loved watching this growing up. I love watching it over again. I definitely enjoy this show, and it's very iconic for the anime scene. So,
By the way, both other editions of Dragon Ball that we have that are in this series have already had their first matchup, and I believe the original Dragon Ball Z won. As a matter of fact, I believe they swept. And Dragon Ball Super also got a win. I think they got 20 points out of it. So, all right, Eric, go ahead.
I enjoyed Dragon Ball Z more, just slightly more. I thought it's just a better story and better overall characters.
Okay. All right,
Especially
Dragon Ball. Yeah. Dragon Ball Z Kai is up 2-1. They can win this next. They can win it by winning this next category. It is animation style, and Eric, you're going to start.
Animation style, I give it to Bastard slightly more. I thought it was slightly cleaner.
All
I
right.
just overall liked it better.
All right, and Shawn.
I'm on the opposite end of him for the same reason, though. Picking Dragon Ball Z, I thought it was cleaner. More of the second-hand animations from like their power-ups to the fighting scene, with the fighting scenes, the explosions, all everything. I thought was a lot better. Not a lot better, but slightly better. Slightly.
Okay. Dave, you get to break a tie.
See, I think both these animations are good in their own perspectives. I think Bastard Heavy Metal, it kind of brings the characters more of a realistic look. So I think they did well in that. But when they're doing their abilities and stuff, and like when the lights come and like when flames are going on that show, it doesn't fit the show of looking alive. It's kind of just like in one spot and it's doing the same motion. In Dragon Ball, I feel like they hit this perfectly, and when they use their abilities, it coincides with how the anime looks. So I'm going with Dragon Ball here.
All right. So Dragon Ball Z Kai is going to win this 3-1. So they are going to get 20 points out of it. Now, Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy will not lose points because they did get a category win. But Dragon Ball Z Kai, just like the other two Dragon Balls that are in this, comes out with a victory in their first matchup. So, all right. So Dragon Ball Z Kai gets a win. They get 20 points. SWAT Cat got a sweep. Or SWAT Cat's got a sweep. So they won. They get 30 points. And Star Trek and Johnny Test each get 10 points with a victory because they got close ones. Gravity Falls is going to get 5 points. Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, is also going to get 5 points. And Count Duckula is going to lose 10. All right. Coming up this Wednesday night, this Wednesday afternoon on the animated Hour of Power, we are going to have Steins Gate versus Inuyasha, the Pink Panther Show versus Wacky Races, Cow and Chicken versus the Fairly Odd Parents, and the main event is going to be Family Guy versus American Dad.
Yes,
Next week on Animated Hour of Power, we are going to have Mike, Lou, and Og versus Marvelous Adventures of Flapjack, Magi Adventures of Sinbad versus Hell's Paradise, Dexter's Laboratory versus Freakazoid, and your main event is going to be Justice League versus Death Note.
Okay.
That is the main event of next week. That is next week's Animated Hour of Power. Now, I brought it up to these guys before we went on air, and I'm going to announce it now. I'm also going to text it to them later so they know the exact date. Wednesday night, November the 20th. I believe it's the 26th, because I think Thanksgiving is the 27th. So the night before Thanksgiving, Wednesday night, we are going to do a special, a primetime special. We're going to be in prime time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to do the viewer's choice special. A lot of you may remember when I asked around and I asked you to pick from a series of matches, and added them up, and these are matches picked by you guys as this is what you want to see. And the main event of this show is going to be G.I. Joe Real American Hero versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Also on the same show is going to be Batman versus Dragon Ball Z. That is Wednesday night, November the 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. And that'll be in the midst of the second set of matches. Because this first set, we've only got 2 more weeks left of the first set. And then we're going to start to see, okay, who was off to a hot start, who has a really good division, whose division blows.
Right.
Or
who's having a hard time. It's not necessarily if they blow, because it depends who they're up against in the categories pick.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is that we've had a few that were heavy favorites coming in here. Then the categories hit, and they got screwed.
Like Batman.
Well, that was mainly category based.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like Batman. And by the way, it was close, and it could have gone either way. But Yu-Gi-Oh got the right categories.
Yep.
And by the way, the person who has Yu-Gi-Oh in their division right now, that person is the only person who has a division where all 4 of his cartoons won their first match. The only person right now. Out of the probably 20, 25 people whose divisions are completed. So right now it's only one that has a perfect division right now. Now, well, not too perfect, because a couple of those wins were nail biters. But all right, make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find all of our stuff. Join the When Tunes Combine Facebook group. Facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. This Friday night, we are going to do our lists for the top 10 underrated talkers in wrestling. Also, subscribe to the Dizzle97 YouTube channel. It's been, plays video games, also pulls card packs. Eric is back, so that means the Unscripted Sports Show is going to be back.
Yep.
So
Possibly tomorrow.
You're going to do it tomorrow?
Possibly after the NFL games.
Yeah. I mean,
Depending
you're
on
probably
how
going to want
good
to.
they
You're
are
probably
and
going to
stuff.
recap Game 7 of the World Series, right?
Oh yeah, that too. That's
Yeah.
tonight. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm actually going to watch that over Saturday night's main event, because everybody else is downstairs watching the sing-along version of K-pop Demon Hunter.
Oh wow.
We're all going to watch Saturday night's main event later, because I actually do want to watch the World Series. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Game
Also,
7.
check out the
Blue
wild
Jays?
card. Huh? In the middle of plugs, you putz.
Are you pulling for the Blue Jays?
Yes, I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. All right. Check out Wildcard Dave on Twitch at
Good
TTXGodsend95. Check out Shawn at TTX Reaper at TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Also, check out the Stabcast with Dangle and Mindy. Eric, you are back, so now you are back to doing the shorts, please.
Yeah, get to work, boy.
Yeah. And we will see everybody Wednesday for Animated Showdown.
Peace.
Peace out.